Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Altitude Sickness Podcast. This is episode 9. I am Tony, and as always, I'm being joined by my friends Drew and Matthew. How are we all doing?
Doing good. A little bit of a long week, but we're glad to be here.
Yeah, after this weekend, we're back to Rockies reality.
Yeah,
But the first few games of spring training were really fun.
yeah. Yeah, we got over a week of spring training in officially. Um, we're officially, I think, a third of the way through in terms of games played. So it's going to be here faster than we know it. So, got was this the first week of March? So we have like 4 weeks.
25 days.
Yeah, that's it.
25 days till Rockies play.
That's kind of insane. That's pretty crazy to think about that it's already here. Um, but so with the games that were played, some good, some bad, some really bad. Uh, we're gonna go through a few of the guys that have been doing well, a few guys that have not been doing well, and we're mainly focusing today on the ones that are the who's hot or who's not. We're gonna mainly focus on the guys who's hot today. I think that just it's more fun to talk about players that are doing well. Um, and it's less depressing. And God knows we, as Rockies fans, need less depressing things. So to start out with the who's hot talk. So the big thing has been going into the spring training, going into the off season, going into everything. First base battle, like who's going to be the first baseman? That's what the front office has been going for. They've done it via waiver claim, via trade, via all of that. And so there's four guys that are really in it, and Blaine Crim we're not including here just because he's been hurt, and so he hasn't really had a chance to even really play. So I don't think it's fair to judge him one way or the other. And so the three that are in the running that have been playing because they haven't been hurt are TJ Rumfeld, who we traded for in the Angel Chivili trade with the Yankees. Troy Johnston, we claimed him off waivers from Miami earlier in the offseason. And then none other than Rockies, I think, second overall prospect, Charlie Condon. So it's been a pretty fun so far start to spring training for all of these guys. To get into it, so TJ Rumfield we'll start with. So this is recording as of Monday, and this is not including any stats that happened on the game on Monday because ESPN doesn't have the stats in until now, they don't have the stats for today's game. But for TJ Rumfield, so 14 ABs, he's got 5 hits with 3 home runs, 2 of which happened in the same game, and 4 RBI. So that's pretty cool. And this is a guy that he wasn't known for his power. He's not a big power guy. He's more of a contact bat usually. And so seeing him have show power is pretty cool. That's pretty nice because that's something you really want from a first baseman usually is that power potential. Troy Johnston and then we'll go moving on to Troy Johnson. He's got 18 ABs. He's got 4 hits with a double and 2 RBI, so he's not doing quite as good as Rumfield, and we'll see as quite as good as Condon in a sec. But again, today in the game against the Dodgers, he had 2 really good plays at first base. So, I mean, I'm not entirely sure how TJ Rumfield has panned out at first base, but Johnston at least I think might have maybe the edge defensively, and so that's good. But the problem with him, or not the problem, I guess the problem with Rumfeld more so than Johnston is that Rumfeld is more locked in at first base. He is a first base only guy, does not play any other positions, whereas Johnson and Condon can both play the outfield. And then speaking of Condon, in 14 ABs, he's got 7 hits with 3 home runs and 5 RBI. So this and one of the home runs off of Royals pitcher Seth Lugo, he hit like 115 off the bat. Like it was just an absolute laser bomb. And his first home run, too, was just an absolute bomb. So that's just so nice to see because that's what they drafted him for. They drafted him 3rd overall in 2024 for a reason. It was because of the power potential that he had. And so these 3 guys so far with the battle of first base, it's been pretty good to see. just the battle going on and actually like competing for it, and I think that that's helping a lot. So
Yeah, I think if Rumfield and Johnston weren't performing as well as they are now, I think Charlie would be the opening day first baseman. But I don't think the Rockies want to rush him up too much. But regardless, he has exceeded expectations so far
mhm.
in spring training. Um, I believe this is his first spring training,
Yeah,
right?
this is first spring training, so
And he's raking, and that's exactly what the Rockies want. And again, with the versatility, him and Johnston can play other positions. So I think before I was saying like maybe after the All Star break, Charlie will come up. But with how he's been playing so far, I think that that could be earlier, dependent on the performance of Rumfield and Johnston. I have Rumfield starting as of now, but with the positional versatility, we'll see what happens in a few weeks.
I probably could see just Johnson starting just because of his experience in the majors. But I guess that would probably be more of a, but like I could very easily see Bud Black making that choice, having Johnston start because of the veteran status. But I mean, I don't know. I would be happy with all three of them at first, I think, which is a really nice thing to see and not really something I expected.
yeah.
So it's
And
exciting.
I think that's a theme this season compared to the last few years is we actually have position battles
Yeah. Like
with
and
first base.
position battles that are not Owen Miller versus Kyle Farmer for the backup third base position. Like these are actual like starting first basemen for this team. Three relatively young guys. I mean, I'm pretty sure all of them are younger than 26. So like all these guys are pretty young, and Condon's only like 23, which is insane. Like so, yeah, it's nice to actually see a real battle that could impact things in the future rather than just like this year. So
Yeah, and we have the first base, but we also have the outfield that we'll touch on here soon. But something to note: Troy Johnston did steal a base.
yeah,
That's
that's
something the Rockies have been super high on this
mhm.
offseason and this spring training. So I think that alone may give him the edge, even though he's not hitting as well as the others as
Mhm.
of this moment. He's good on defense and he steals bags, and so I think that might give him the opening day spot.
Because that's one thing that I don't think Condon is going to give you is he's just not going to be a threat on the bases, but that's not what he's meant to be. He's not meant to be. I don't care if he doesn't steal bases as long as he hits bombs. That's all that matters. Um, and then it is worth noting really quick before we move on to the other players that have been doing well. Uh, with Charlie Condon, obviously, yes, it's awesome that he's doing well. I would not be shocked even if he continues to tear the cover off the ball if the Rockies start him out in AAA, because just depending on how he's doing, because we know how Zach Veen did last year in spring training. He was insane. I wanted him on the opening day roster, but he clearly, when he was called up, was not ready. So, and I'm not saying that they're in the same position because obviously with the stuff that's come out about what Zach Veen was going through and how he was acting off the field and what was going on, obviously it's probably very different for Condon, but it is also just worth mentioning like pump the brakes possibly a little bit with this just because you do not want to put him in the same situation as Zach Veen was, because then that just halts his progress, and honestly that may just have a lost year. I would rather Condon come up when he's fully proven that he's ready rather than rush him up for no reason, because at this point we actually have some first base depth that we can have there as opposed out of necessity. And so,
And I think transitioning into Zach Veen,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, he had a good spring training last year,
Mm-hmm.
but he's had a better one this year.
Yes.
And I mean, we saw today the pitcher didn't want to throw him a strike
Yeah.
with bases loaded in 2 outs
Mm-hmm.
or 1 out or whatever it was,
Yeah, 1 out.
the
Yeah.
guy did not want to throw him a strike because we saw that he walked him, but you could tell by where the pitches were located that they did not want to give him the opportunity to hit it out
Yeah.
because they knew he was capable of it.
Yeah. So
Agree.
Veen in 14 ABs. So this is not including today. 14 ABs. He had 4 hits, 2 of them being home runs, both being walk-off home runs, which again, spring training doesn't matter, but it is worth just noting. That's
Clutch.
it's pretty cool. One of them being like 460, like dead center field on a pitch that was not like center cut, like it was outside. He had to pull it a bit, and it went. And then he got 3 RBI as well. So yeah, like I'm just so happy for Zach Veen, honestly, that it seems like some things are going right now. He's finding a groove. That's just awesome, and I really hope that he continue to do it because I want to see him succeed because, I mean, I've known about this dude for at this point 6 years, and it's just been nothing but him just getting stuck in some rut, whether it be a slump or an injury, and then off the stuff problems. And so I hope that he can finally put it all together and live up to some of the potential that he had when we drafted him. So,
And on that home run that was outside, that's 40 pounds that he put on.
yeah,
I mean, if he doesn't do that, that's not. I'm sure that ball's not leaving.
Probably a flyout.
But the other thing is that I don't think adding that weight has affected him in the outfield probably as much as I thought.
Yeah.
He's still got decent range for his size, and I think that's just what the Rockies need. They already have Brenton Doyle, so that's a lot of outfield to be covered.
Mm-hmm.
And so you just need guys on the corners that can cover enough.
Yeah.
And so I think it's an overall benefit, and I don't think it takes away from his defense as much as I originally thought.
Yeah, I would agree. Speaking of outfielders, or well, so outfielders, whatever. It's Ryan Ritter. For some reason, we're throwing him in the outfield, which is real weird. He does not look like an outfielder at all. He looks so tiny in the outfield. But with the bat, I mean, so in 17 ABs, he's got 7 hits, got 2 doubles and a home run with 5 RBI. He has been very good so far. He had like 1 or 2 games where he was like 0 with a few strikeouts, but I mean every other game he has just been on one, and it's really cool. I'm happy for Ryan Ritter because when we drafted him, he was a glove first guy out of I think Kentucky is where he was from, and so it's pretty cool that his bat's coming around because it came out a lot in AAA last year. If you remember, he was hitting like home run after home run in the short stint in AAA that he had, and then when he went to the majors, he showed no power. And so I'm hoping that can translate a little bit because at Coors, dude, it's a doubles park. If you just slap one in the gap with his speed, he could get triples and doubles. That's all we need from Ryan Ritter, and I'm liking that he's playing multiple positions. It gives him more chances to play at the big league level. So,
yeah, him being in the outfield, it hasn't really skipped a beat. Like I haven't noticed anything bad from his performance in the outfield. So just being good at the plate's going to keep him in the lineup. And as everyone knows, I'm a big Ryan Ritter guy.
yeah.
If he doesn't play second base, he can be a rotational guy in the outfield that can still produce singles and doubles because that's all we ask of him.
Yeah.
So just getting on base.
Mm-hmm. I would agree. And then another guy you're high on too, you were high on going into this season, is Kyle Karros. In 9 ABs, he had 4 hits, a triple, 3 RBI. Today, he also notched his first home run of spring training against the Dodgers. It was he hit it like left center field. It was pretty good. It was like a high inside fastball, and he turned on it. So it was a pretty good swing. I think his swing's looking a lot better than it was last year at the major league level because I think he clearly got stuck in McMahon got traded, and they just needed someone to play third. And I think his bat was not ready. But I think he's with a full spring training and a full off season, knowing he's going to be on that opening day roster, or at least possibly being on that opening day roster. I think he's proving it that he can be, and so that's really cool. And then of course his glove, like his glove is going to play wherever he goes. He, I think, is strictly a third baseman, though. I do not think he's going to have much versatility, which is fine. I don't think we need him to play anywhere else, honestly, because I think if you have lockdown dudes at at shortstop and third, that works, and then center field, and then catcher, of course. Um, Next one, Mickey Moniak, also just having he was out for a little while. I forgot what was it, a back thing? Everyone on our team is hurt with back stuff, by the way.
It was.
I think Chris Bryant like gave everyone like the back bug, and everyone is getting hurt with their back now. Yeah, it was an oblique, yeah. But he came back, no pun intended, and just came out swinging in 6 ABs. He had 3 hits with a home run, 2 doubles, 2 RBI, and then today he also notched, I think, a single and a home run as well. So he's just been absolutely insane so far this spring. And like that's crazy because I feel like a lot of people may be thinking that last year was a little bit of a fluke. I think some people that aren't Rockies fans are definitely looking at it as a bit of an outlier season. Oh, he moved to Coors, all that crap. But I don't know. I'm hoping for another big year for Moniak this year because honestly, I think he fits the vibe of this team like really well. I kind of like his because he's like a veteran at this point compared to most other guys on this team. He's a veteran and he's only like 27. Like he's not that old, and so I really like his presence here, and I'm hoping for him to continue some success leading from spring training into the season. So,
He picked up exactly where he left off, and I think that was the one kind of worry through the off season.
Yeah,
for us, what he would do. But I mean, he's got a home run. Well, did he homer today?
Yes, too.
Yeah, he did.
So he's doing pretty well for himself today.
Yes, I would agree.
Yeah. Hopefully, last year will be a wake up for him to kind of get back to where he was originally drafted for. Mm-hmm. So hopefully he'll continue, and he seems like he really likes it in Colorado. He seems to fit in well with everyone. So I think that I hope that this year continues that streak.
And I hope that he can improve from being the literal worst defender in baseball. That's all I ask. Just don't be the worst, because
I was a little nervous. He didn't have the red glove today, so I mean, I was a little nervous about that.
So, who knows?
I think he's gonna slot in at the DH spot nicely.
I think most of the time he's gonna be that DH. I think,
and I think he really relates to the Rockies because like he was the number 1 pick, and he just didn't pan out. So he's used to being pooped on for most of his career. Just
he fits right in
like the Rockies. And so I think he kind of relates to that where he wants to prove everyone wrong.
I would agree.
With the front office, with the Rockies organization as a whole, he kind of fits that
mold. I would agree. We got a free agent signing paying dividends. Grant again, spring training, but Willie Castro, 11 ABs, 7 hits, 2 doubles, 2 RBI. It's kind of scary because, like, yes, it's awesome. I'm super happy that he's doing well. It reminds me of another free agent signing that we had a few years ago that had a crazy good spring training, and I was very excited. And he shares the same last name as this man, Harold Castro, hit like 400 in spring training, and that sucked for the whole year. But I don't care. We saw him at a what was it? The Storm Chasers game? Yeah, that was sick. He waved at us. We were wearing Rockies uniforms. That was sick. But anyway, not Harold Castro, sorry. Willie Castro. Pretty good so far. I mean, he's not going to be a home run guy, really, not a lot of them. But I mean, I think he can hit a lot of doubles also, line drive guy. So, and then last of the just normal guys that are going to get more playing time. Jordan Beck, 15 ABs, 5 hits, 2 doubles, home run, an RBI. I mean, I'm happy with it. He had a rough day today, but that happens. Like, get back in the lineup. You're good, man. I have full faith that Jordan Beck will be able to repeat and stay consistent.
He pretty much had every kind of out. He had a pop out, line out, fly out, and strike out.
Yeah, I mean, he had to. It's what I guess what the negative cycle, the bad cycle.
The
I
negative
guess.
cycle.
Yeah. Uh, but
All he
so
needed was the ground out.
a few surprises with spring training. So these are guys that did not have like opening day roster thoughts from us. Chad Stevens, which I think is just I don't know. I think it's just a funny name, just Chad Stevens.
It sounds like a fake.
It sounds like an MLB The Show made up name. Yeah. 12 ABs, 3 hits, but he has a double and a home run and 4 RBI. He's been driving him in. So, like, he's been pretty good. Also, very versatile. He plays, like, everywhere. I've seen him play short. I've seen him play second, I think. I've seen him play in the outfield a little bit. So he plays a lot of positions. So that might be a key for him to get on the roster if he's able to, is that he has all these abilities to play these different positions. But then, I mean, I think the biggest surprise just out of nowhere, Brett Sullivan, who would be vying for a backup catcher spot, in 12 ABs, has 6 hits, 3 doubles, and a home run, and 3 RBI. So, like, I'm fine with it, because, like, I think it clearly showed last year Braxton Fulford was not ready, and that's fine. Like, he's not that old, so he can, if he starts in the minor leagues this year, that's fine. Because Brett Sullivan has been pretty good. That's why you sign these guys. We also have the Kyle McCann. We have a few backup catcher guys, like journeyman catchers, that have a chance to make the roster for that reason exactly. So I'm pretty happy with that. I think it's cool. And then pitcher-wise, just real quick, 3 guys, not for the most part, the pitching staff, I mean, it's been about what we expect. Like, not amazing, but 3 guys. So Chase Dollander in 4 innings, has only allowed 2 hits, 1 earned run, 3 strikeouts to 1 walk. So overall, pretty solid. Gabe Hughes has been really good. A guy that's probably I foresee making his major league debut this year, or not major league debut, but like coming up to the roster and probably being in the rotation at some point with probable injuries. It's just going to happen. Injuries happen, especially with the Rockies pitching staff. So I expect Gabe Hughes to get some innings at the major league level this year, but he's pitched 4 innings. He's allowed 3 hits, but no earned runs, 3 strikeouts to no walks. That's what we like to see. No walks. It's pretty good. And then, I mean, the whole of the bullpen, which we'll get into in a second, has not been amazing. Herget let up a home run today, but he's been fine otherwise, except for Zach Agnos. Like, Zach Agnos has been very good in 3 innings, 2 hits, no earned runs, 5 strikeouts, and no walks. I mean, he's been dynamite. I'm really looking forward to see an injury-free year for Zach Agnos this year. I think he can step in and be a big part of this bullpen.
Yeah, you guys know I was huge. I've been huge on Agnos ever since pretty much the start of last year.
Yeah,
he's like a slightly softer throwing miniature version of Victor Vodnik.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been huge on him, and I'm glad to see, because at the end of he started out fantastic.
Yes.
But then after he got hurt and when he came back, it was pretty rough.
It's just hard to come back from an injury like that. So.
And he's super young, so he's got plenty of time to develop.
Yeah.
Dollander, I think the key to this is he only has 1 walk in 4 innings.
Yeah.
You got to take spring training with a grain of salt.
Yes.
There are little keys to it that you can take. He's pitched 4 innings and only walked 1 batter, which I think is a huge change from last year. Because what we've talked about so far is that we want to see Chase throw with some sort of command.
Yeah.
Like, he's confident in his pitch and he's going to get it in the zone.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if he gives up a home run when he needs to throw a strike. As long as it's in the zone, I'm somewhat happy because that means he's really learning.
Mm.
And Gabe Hughes has also been a highly touted prospect for a little bit now. And he's another starter that's coming up that I didn't think would perform this well so far. We've been looking at him for a while, but I thought he would come in here and be kind of okay and then just go back down to double A and just work his way up. But I think I really do think he's going to make a start this year at some point.
Yeah.
Even without injury, I think he's going to prove himself enough to where he deserves a major league spot.
Mm. I'd like to see it. I think he's got good potential. So, and so that's that. So those are the guys that have been hot so far to start. And like I said, we don't want to go too in depth with the players that are not. Which also really quick, one last note of the players that are hot. It is worth noting that Antonio Senzatella has been pretty good so far. But
we know what's coming. We know what's
no, it just hasn't happened yet. He's a spring training merchant, and so, yeah. But with that, so who's not? So I mentioned it before. The bullpen, other than Herget, who's been fine. He let up a home run today, but he's been fine. And Zach Agnos, the two-headed monster that we want to have in the back of the bullpen of Vodnik and Halverson. To put it lightly, they have been terrible. Yeah. So Vodnik in 2 innings has allowed 7 hits, 4 earned runs, has not struck out anyone and walked one. So he's just getting hit hard, which sucks because that was something I think that he did pretty well last year, was that he limited hard contact. And so, and in 2 innings, allowing 7 hits is rough. Like, he only walked 1 guy, but no strikeouts. And even though he's not a strikeout guy, I mean, you can almost hit triple digits with a fastball. You've got to be able to strike some guys out. You got to be able to show some ability to get whiffs. And he's just not been able to show that so far, which I think, again, just for as you take a grain of salt with the good stuff, you take a grain of salt with this bad stuff, I think it will even out. But it's kind of tough, and maybe it is he's working with the new pitching coaches, they're trying new things. That could totally be, because this is when you want to work on that stuff. You don't want to add a new pitch or a new grip to a pitch in the middle of a season, because it's probably gonna end up like this. At least do it when the stats don't matter and the games don't matter. And so that's just like a total fabrication in my mind, just so it's a coping mechanism, just to be like, it's all fine, it's all good. But the next guy, it's a little harder to just discredit this with it's a bad grip thing, because Halverson, I mean, has not been able to find the strike zone
and be accurate.
Yeah. So in 2/3 of an inning, but has not even finished a full inning, he has allowed 3 hits, 7 earned runs, no strikeouts to 6 walks. 6 walks. That is.
I think every single person he's walked has scored.
That is.
I mean, this is exactly what we were worried about with Halverson.
Yes. This is
all we
the
talked
bad
about
version.
was command. Just throw it in the zone. You throw hard.
Yes.
Just throw it in the zone.
Yes.
And this has been his only outing, correct?
I think he's had 2.
Or is that 2?
Let me
I
look
think
here.
he's had 2 games.
I think he's had 2, which is insane.
He's had 2 games.
Oh.
I know ERA doesn't matter.
He has pitched 2 games. He has pitched 2 games.
Makes it even worse.
I've never seen a 94.5 ERA before.
You should have queued into the beginning of the 2024 Rockies season. Who was that, Tony? The first game of the year?
Anthony Molina.
Yes.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah,
You are right.
I think that's the only person I've ever seen a worse ERA.
Welcome to the big leagues, and he allowed like 9 runs in 2/3 of an inning or something like that. That was awful.
We were so excited for the beginning of the year. We were watching it together.
Oh,
The
dude,
Rockies are back, and
it's
then
ugh.
Anthony Molina.
It's so funny. I'm on ESPN right now, just looking at Halverson. I'm trying to see his game logs. He has a 94.5 ERA. It's so funny to see. Oh, that's
But
so
he's not doing
brutal.
very good.
No.
Which for our 1-2 punch at the end of the game, not going so well. But Agnos is some guy I could see being a setup.
Mm-hmm.
If Vodnik actually falls off a cliff, I think Agnos is a good. I think he has a really he has a setup vibe to him.
Yeah. Yeah. It's again, I think it's hard to say. We don't know. Like Halverson has just got to find something, and I'm really hoping that this pitching staff, the pitch coaching staff, can figure out what he's doing wrong. Is he landing too hard? Is he trying to extend way too much? Like there's a big chance that he could be trying to do too much with his pitches, because like when you throw that hard, you want to do even more, which it's like you don't need to. Your pitch goes 102 miles an hour. Like you don't need to go that much harder to make it miss bats. And so we'll just have to see what comes from that and what comes from Halverson and Vodnik. And like I said, I'm assuming that this trend is not going to continue. I do not think Halverson is going to be walking. I mean, was that 6? He's on track to walk 9 batters in inning pitched. Like that's not going to happen. Like, but he's got to figure it out. And then another guy, mainstay, that's struggled out the gate.
Who says Hunter Goodman stinks?
It's Hunter Goodman. So far, he had 17 ABs, only 2 hits. He has a home run, but he has 6 strikeouts. And today I think he went 0 for 3 again. He went 0 for 3 again with 1 more strikeout. So pretty tough so far this in the spring training for him. And something I noticed today watching the game and watching his swings, dude, I understand that that's what he does is he swings really hard. That's his big thing. He swings with all of his might. I think he needs to chill out a little bit. Like, I think he really needs to not swing as hard as he can on every pitch because, like, he's swinging over everything. Like, everything today, it seemed like he was swinging over, and he was just, when he made contact, it was weak because he was swinging at a point where if you're swinging too hard, you're going to naturally swing over that ball and just pound it into the ground. And so it's kind of tough. And I'm just hoping that, I think he'll bounce back a little bit. Now, I don't know if he's really going to have as great of a season as he did last year because it's hard to replicate a 30 home run season from a catcher. It's very hard to do that. Now 20 home runs. Yes, I think that is very much on the table for Hunter Goodman. I think that he could live in the 20 home run range. But this is a tough start, but I think he'll bounce back. I think he'll be fine. Does anyone else have anything else on the roster overall? Any other names that are doing either good or bad that we want to talk about? No.
You can't really think of anyone.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, we went pretty in depth. Like I said, a lot more good. We wanted to just talk about good. I know it was like 3 days ago, but I saw some Twitter stat thing that was like the Rockies are leading the spring training. So far in spring training, the Rockies are leading in slugging percentage, which is like, yeah, who had that on their bingo card?
TJ Rumfield was leading in home runs for a while.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty happy with that, and I think that that's going to be something that for these next few weeks, that's going to be what the main thing is. What we're watching is that first base battle, and then, I mean, it's hard to say that the backup catcher is a battle because it's the backup catcher, but like, if Brett Sullivan can continue to do this, I'm fine with him starting. Like, if he could prove himself, I think that'd be pretty cool. And he'll fill in like that Jacob Stallings or Austin Wins, and then Drew can fall in love with him again. He'll fall in love with the new backup catchers that we have, the journeyman.
Okay.
What?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Jacob Stallings is a Kansas product, so
That's fair. I don't know where. I'm sorry. Forgive me, internet, for I have sinned. I do not know where Brett Sullivan went to college. I'm looking it up right now. Was it
Stockton, California. So I think we're a little off.
Of
yeah,
course.
No, I'm fine.
Of course. But all right, we'll get now into injury in the roster. No, in injury updates. So a few things, like we said, like Moniak, he came back from his back injury. Who do we got? Oh, Tyler Freeman. So he also has a back injury, but I believe that he will be back this week. He should be back to playing games. Which is good because, I mean, he's going to be another guy that's a utility dude. He's going to play in a lot of positions. But it's going to be really weird because there's a lot of guys that are battling for these positions right now. There's a lot of competition in spring training right now. I could very much see a world where Tyler Freeman could start in AAA if Rumfield and or Johnson play to their level right now. And with Willie Castro now kind of filling in where Tyler Freeman could be, and if Amador stays solid, like there is a big chance that Tyler Freeman could start in AAA, which would be kind of insane thinking about how he was our leadoff hitter for over half the year last year. But that's just the nature. I mean, it's a bad time for an injury, and that's just the nature of it. But he'll be back, and so hopefully he'll be able to kind of pick up where he left off last year. And then a big one here. So Brenton Doyle played a few games early, and he looked good. He had like 2 doubles in the first game or something like that. He looked very good, pretty locked in at the plate. He got diagnosed with a sprained left wrist. I don't know when that happened. I don't know if that was during a game, if he made like a diving play or slid in and messed up his wrist or something. But they're keeping it. It's more of a precaution thing, I believe, is why they're keeping him out. I don't know if he'll be back this week, but I think there's a good shot that he'll be back by next week, which is obviously very good. Because at center field position, we are pretty light. We have Jake McCarthy, and that's pretty much it. Because, like, you can play Mickey Moniak out there, but it's going to be some bad center field. You can play Jordan Beck there, but he's not going to catch almost anything because his range is not there, especially at Coors. And so hopefully Brenton Doyle can heal up and get back quick because we need Brenton Doyle. And so, and then for roster updates, a few more. Just roster updates, not necessarily injury stuff. And so this is what's going to be starting to happen just as spring training goes on. Probably, I bet it might be once a week, I think is when this happens, is when Rockies, when players get assigned to the minor league camp. And so catcher Bryant Betancourt. Yeah, I thought his name was Brian until like 3 days ago when the radio announcer said it's Bryant Betancourt. And I was like, what? Okay. So yeah, Bryant Betancourt, catcher, right-handed pitcher Brian Castillo, who he was hurt. He was on the injury report last week. He been hurt, and so he wasn't playing anyway, so he just got assigned. Catcher Cole Messina. I mean, this dude was in Spokane. I was hoping to see him play a little bit more, but I mean, he's in single A. Like, he was not going to get that much run this year. That's just or in spring training. That's just how it goes. And then outfielder Jared Thomas. He had the hamate bone injury. He joined the crew of other major league players that for some reason are just getting hamate bone injuries. And so he had surgery, I believe, in the offseason. And so I think that they're just taking it really slow with him, making sure he can come back healthy. And so they were all assigned to minor league camp. They currently have 56 players on the active roster. So in the next few weeks, we're going to see 16 players get demoted into minor league camp or outrighted to free agency or in some way released from the spring training roster. And so that's kind of scary to think about because a lot of those guys are those, I mean, that's the Troy Johnston, the Charlie Condon, the one, and it's kind of weird to think about because again, Blaine Crim is there too. Of those four with the first base battle, like three, like there's a chance that three of them don't make the opening day roster. Like two of them could end up in the minor leagues, or two of them could end up at AAA, and then if I mean it just depends on how Condon plays, he could end up back in AA. I don't foresee that happening. I think that if anything, I think Troy Johnson's going to get a utility role, and then Rumfield might get the first base position, and then Crim and Condon will play first base at the minor league level, and then Condon can obviously play a few more positions than Blaine Crim can. But we'll just have to see. That's just a waiting game with the roster shuffling and all that. So, but yeah, it should be pretty exciting times coming in the next few weeks with stuff. And then also, so this is just. Does anyone else actually have anything else on the roster? Any other Rockies talk type stuff?
Nope.
No.
All right. Well, we can get into the last part here where we're going to talk real quick. Rockies play Team USA in an exhibition this week because the WBC starts this week. So that'll be fun. I'm pretty excited for it. I think it'll be a pretty fun tournament. This game probably will not be that fun to watch because I am just assuming that the Rockies are going to get pummeled here. This is the classic atomic bomb versus crying baby or whatever that meme is. Like, I don't foresee this ending any other way than just the Rockies getting just pummeled for a little bit. But then again, crazier things have happened. Team Japan lost in an exhibition game today. So who knows? Who knows? Crazy things have happened. But the big thing is that Kyle Freeland will be making his first spring training start against Team USA. For those who don't know, Kyle Freeland he was on Team USA last year and pitched okay. He struck out Ohtani looking in the final, in the championship, and then also allowed the go-ahead home run to whoever it was. I think it was Okamoto.
Yeah, it was.
It was either Okamoto or
the guy that just came to the U.S. this year.
Yeah, I think it's the guy on the White Sox is the guy that he gave it up to. So
that sounds about right. Or
it's either him or the
White
Blue
Sox
Jays.
Orioles.
It was the Blue Jays. Was the other guy? I don't remember. But yeah, so Kyle Freeland, I think, is gonna. I don't know how he's gonna fare. It's kind of hard to say.
Freeland revenge game.
That's probably how he sees it. That's probably how he sees it.
Well, and I think that's very purposeful because I think Warren Schaefer, with the edge he kind of has this year, I think he's going to go out and legitimately try to win this game. Not just a spring training win.
Yeah,
where its starters play for 6 innings and then pulled out. I think I think he could run a full roster that whole game.
We'll have to see. I think pitching-wise, excuse me. Freeland's probably going to throw 2 innings because it's his first start back. He's not going to go that long. But depending on how it's going, we might have our normal relievers go in. I could see Feltner come in. I don't know who's starting tomorrow, so depending on who is starting tomorrow for the Rockies. Huh? Does not say yet.
I'll play tomorrow.
Oh. Well, then never mind. So that's fine.
I think we have split squad on the 4th.
Do we?
Yeah, when
the 4th is Wednesday. Oh, so if there's a split squad, that means that half the team may not even be there for the USA.
Wait, are you serious?
I lied.
Oh.
Okay.
I lied. Rockies are not playing on Wednesday.
That would have been
Rockies
rough.
are not playing on Wednesday. Sorry.
They are playing on Wednesday. They're playing Team USA.
They don't play tomorrow.
Sorry.
Yeah. Okay.
They don't play tomorrow, and they do not play a regular spring training game on Wednesday the 4th. So it'll be a full roster against Team USA.
Ugh. Why? Why?
It's gonna be fun.
Oh,
it's gonna be good.
man.
It's gonna be awesome. I'm excited.
We'll have to see. But yeah, I'm excited for it. I'm excited for everything. Rockies baseball's back. We got a full dosage of just every feeling, every emotion in the past week with this Rockies team. I mean, we got walk-off home runs from Zach Veen. We got utterly just destroyed by the Royals because we just could not pitch a strike to save our lives. And then, typical wins and losses. It's how it goes. Lost to the Dodgers because that's the status quo. But yeah, I mean, I'm still happy. I'm still riding with these guys. I'm pretty excited. And I'm excited to see what happens again with this first base battle. I think that's what the big thing I'm going to be watching for the rest of spring training is how that shakes out. But yeah, does anyone else have anything for the good of the cause?
Oh, just excited.
Yeah, I agree with that. Well, if we've got nothing else, we will see you guys as always next week. And as always, go Rockies, and we'll see you later. All right, bye.